Okay, so Stoke City, or just Stoke, whatever. Tony Pulis is out. Mark Hughes has come in, trying to rebuild his reputation. I was a big Tony Pulis fan because he had that team, that Stoke team last year, and all the years before it, playing a different way to every other team in the Premier League. Whereas lots of teams were trying to play good football, his team were big, were strong, knew that they were absolutely the best team from corners and free kicks and throw-ins with Delap. They played a different way to everyone else, and it worked. They were safe every single year, and no one ever questioned them. Last year, for the first time, Tony Pulis started buying players that weren't big and strong and just muscle out every other player, because they began to not be able to afford the type of players like that they wanted that would take them up a level. So he had to invest in players that could play football, which meant that when Mark Hughes came in now, his job was already half done in turning Stoke into a team that could play football. But even so, he still obviously brought in players that would fit into his mould, and I'm going to take you through them in a minute, but I'm going to do the players that have gone out first. So Dean Whitehead has left. He was a big player under Pulis. He's gone to Middlesbrough. Matthew Upson came in last year from West Ham on a free. Was it West Ham? Yeah, it was West Ham, wasn't it? He's now gone out to Brighton and Hove on a free. Nothing gained, nothing ventured. Very experienced player. Delap's gone, so they've lost his throw-ins. Mohamedi Sidibe, a Tony Pulis favourite, has been released, unsurprisingly. Carlo Nash has gone out. He never really did anything for the team. Matthew Lund has gone out. Florent Kuliva has gone. Michael Knightley has gone. And Cameron Jerome has gone to Crystal Palace on loan. I talk about him in their video. I think they've lost the top striker there. But anyway, the players they've got in, they've got Eric Peters in from PSV. He's a top left back. Really think he's going to do well in the Premier League. He's decent going up and down the left, but he stays mainly in defence, as I believe wing backs should. Then they've got Marko Arnautovic from Werder Bremen for £2 million. Absolute steal. This guy he's a mini Balotelli, is the first thing to say. He's absolutely brilliant when he's got his head right, but the majority of the time his head isn't right. So he's a little bit all over the place. But if they can get his head in the right place, and if they can get him playing the football how everybody knows he can play, he is going to be an absolute steal for £2 million. They could easily sell him this time next year for £12 to £15 million. Going down the list, Mark Munacia on a free transfer from Barcelona, knows how to play football, is about 6'1", knows how to head the ball, can see danger, good signing. He's never really going to force Shawcross or Huth out of the first team though, not in the next 3 or 4 years anyway. 2 or 3 years, 1 or 2, whatever. Osama Asiadi, good player from Liverpool, maybe going to be forced out of the team by Anantrovic because he plays on the left, the other new signing, but still a good signing, on loan from Liverpool. I can see a permanent deal being done next year, but he'll have to impress for at Stoke first, and I think he'll do that if he gets enough game time. Finally, Stephen Ireland in from Aston Villa on loan. Now, in the first year when Man City got taken over, he was their best midfielder by a mile, and then they sold him. I never got it, but he went to Aston Villa, didn't impress there. Obviously they were more forward thinking than I was, Man City, and now he's moved to Stoke on loan. He's a Mark Hughes favourite as well, so look forward to seeing Stoke play. I think they're going to be sort of stuck in between two different styles of play this year. I think bottom half of the table, maybe struggling with relegation at one point, but I don't think they're going to get relegated in the end.